Hello and welcome to my review of the Chaos Space Marines Dark Commune for Warhammer 40,000 from Games Workshop. Now this box set will cost you £30 and consists of 31 plastic components. You get 3 32mm bases and 2 28mm bases. So the format of this review is as usual. I will take a closer look at the miniatures themselves. I say we'll go through spare parts, there aren't any. Then we'll go through some size comparisons, and finally I will go through all of their rules. Now before we look at the detail of the miniatures, just want to say when these first were announced along with the cultists, I had some very high expectations, probably too high expectations. I was expecting kind of full customization, loads of spare chaosy parts like you do get with a lot of the kits, like the Raptors and the Terminators and the Legionary box set as well. But alas, that is not the case. If you've seen my unboxing for these and for the Chaos Cultist, you'll quite quickly discover that what you see is what you get. You don't get any spare parts. They are all monopose. I say they're easy to build. They were just boring to put together, same as the cultists. So it's a bit of a letdown in many departments, and I definitely would have liked to have seen them put more effort into these kits. I'm hoping that the Torments and Mutants have a bit more customization from what I've seen. I hope that you don't just get the Torments that we've seen, that there is a little bit more, but just going by these two sets, it's probably going to be unlikely. And the same with the Possessed as well. I think they're just going to be, straight up, what you see is what you get. Although I will cover both of those kits on the channel. I'm actually really looking forward to the new Demon Prince more than any of these 4 kits. But on with this review. So the miniatures themselves, the elephant in the room. Let's talk about these 2 ring wraiths straight away, or the Mouth of Sauron, or whatever you want to call them. They're straight out of Lord of the Rings. Their swords are absolutely huge. They kind of remind me of like the Bloodletter swords. They're massive, Zweihander kind of weapons. Even though they're dressed in robes, there are differences with them. The swords are slightly different in where the chips are. Their hands, their arms are different, the icons are different, even the front faceplate helmet things are different, and the shoulder pauldrons are as well. So yeah, and what they're carrying, like this one's got a skull and I don't know, something with some tubing. This one's got like a satchel and a sacrificial blade on the left side. This one's got it on the right side. So there are like subtle differences between these. And yeah, on first glance you may look at them and go, oh, they're just exactly the same model, but opposed. So that's those. They are called the Blessed Blades or Blessed Blades. Then you've got the Cult Domagogue, which is this fine lady. Very powerful Domagogue there. Very powerful cult leader. I'd probably say she's leaning more towards Slaanesh, but she is wearing a lot, so perhaps not, because that's what they're all about apparently. But she's got some horns on her all around. She's got 2 arms, but then she's got a tentacle there for some kind of cane or walking stick. I just think that's a bit odd. I mean, if you've got the ability to grow a tentacle, but you're having trouble walking, just like grow a 3rd leg, and that would also work with Slaanesh. But yeah, you've got this like cult icon thing as well. Some kind of mutant type. I don't know. It's some kind of like growth type thing. But yeah, she's thick though. Yeah, pretty good Domagogue. Then you've got this creature called a Mind Witch, and I thought this was fantastic. Straight out of like The Thing, or the old sort of horror movies and things. It's awesome looking. It's probably my second favourite miniature out of this. I mean, it's quite horrific when you think about it. Basically, it's a severed head that's mutated and stuff, and has been blessed. It's got some it's got four candles. Got the palms outstretched. It's held with this repulsor plate thing. I don't know. It's just levitating head, and you know, it's just kind of using the body as sustenance. I would have thought. Even got a little candle at the back as well, so yeah, okay, 5 candles, but still, yeah, Mind Witch, really macabre, grimdark miniature. I like it, it's very good. And then you've got this, which is the Icon Arch, or Icon Arc, however you want to call that. Massive Chaos icon. It's fantastic. It'd be one of the biggest Chaos icons you'll have in your Chaos Space Marine army. You've got a Sisters of Battle head, or helmet at least, there. You've got this auto pistol. You've got some, you know, tentacle appendages coming out of underneath the armpit. You've got some heads, some like raven heads, like some heads with spikes, bony growths. You've got the flames there, and the flames at the rear. You know, these will go pretty well with the Dark Apostle and the Disciples, as well as the possibly the Sorcerer, but definitely the Master of Possession as well. Like Master of Possession with these, and the Dark Apostle, they'll all go very well if you want to build that kind of themed army. Obviously mine are word bearers, so they're very sort of cult focused. So yeah, that's the Icon Arch, and there it is. That's all of the 5 miniatures you get in the set. Let's go through some size comparisons. So I think it's right to straight away give you some comparisons with some Chaos Space Marine models. So we've got a Legionary here. So Chaos Space Marine Legionary on the 32mm base. Only a bit taller, like a head and shoulder taller. You know, and these are, I say, kind of big Space Marine models. So still bigger, very bulky compared to the Domagogue. We'll go for a Terminator next. Let's just stick with Chaos Space Marines. Terminator, massive, bulky unit. You know, the sizes work quite well with the Terminators and these. Absolutely huge. Then an Obliterator, I think it is. I want to call it an Obliterator. Yeah, Obliterator is absolutely huge compared to those. And then some kind of more human-sized units. So we've got a Traitor Guardsman on a 25mm, so a smaller base than one of these Blessed Blades. He's very similar height. I'd probably say he's a little bit shorter, just a little bit. Then we've got the Cultist, the old Cultist, a bit shorter, and then a Potswalker. Why not? Potswalker, yeah, a little bit shorter again, just a little bit. The new Cultists, of course, I'm going to try and get one at a decent sort of height. So these are the new Cultists. Again, a little bit shorter, so similar height, I'd say. I mean, this Cultist is, yeah, similar sort of height. I do prefer these Cultists though, because they are thinner and more kind of, I say, ravaged than your older sort of chunky ones. So hope those size comparisons. So that's the size comparisons I wanted to make with Chaos units. Let's have a look at you know, Imperial. So just so have. So we've got Sly Marbo there on a massive base, it seems. He's smaller. You've got a normal Space Marine, which very similar height. Probably say Space Marine's a little bit taller, just a very slight amount. And then you've got the Primaris, which should be really chunky and tall. Yeah. How big is it compared to the Domagogue? Yeah, a fair bit bigger. Yeah, great scale there between those two. That's how I would expect it to normally be. So I hope those size comparisons have helped you get a feel for the size of these. They are going to be taller than all of your cultists, not quite as tall as your Chaos Space Marines, you know, and they are unique enough to spot them on the battlefield, really, unless you sort of blend them in with your cultists and things. But that icon arc is going to stand out massively, and you have to take them as a group of 5. You can't just like take one out of them. Like, you can't just go, oh, we'll just take this icon arc and have him wandering about. Okay, so this is my part of the review where I will go through all of their rules. They are an HQ choice. They are a power points cost of a 5 and a points cost of 100 points. So it's a straight up 100 point unit, no messing about. You just pay your 100 points and you get your 5 miniatures. So they consist of 1 Domagogue, 1 Mind Witch, 1 Icon Arc and 2 Blessed Blades. They've all got different profiles, so it's a little bit confusing. The Cult Domagogue, the one with the walking stick, is a movement of 6 inches, weapon skill, ballistic skill, both 4+, strength, toughness, wounds and attacks are all 3, leadership 7 and a save of 6+. Okay, not the best save then. The Mind Witch, which is the dude with the floating head, is movement of 6 inches, weapon skill and ballistic skill both 4+, strength, toughness and wounds are all 3, 1 attack, leadership 6 and a save of 6+. The Icon Arc is a movement of 6 inches, weapon skill and ballistic skill 4+, strength and toughness both 3, 2 wounds, 2 attacks, leadership 6 and a save of 6+. And then the Blessed Blades have movement of 6 inches, weapon skill and ballistic skill 4+, strength 4, toughness 3, 1 wound, 2 attacks, leadership 6 and a save of 6+. A Cult Domagogue is equipped with an auto pistol, Commune stave, a Mind Witch is equipped with close combat weapon, an Icon Arc is equipped with an auto pistol, each Blessed Blade is equipped with Commune blade. Every model is equipped with frag grenades and crack grenades. So the auto pistol works as usual. It's a range 12 inches, pistol 1, strength 3, AP 0, damage 1. The Commune stave is a melee weapon, strength of the user, AP -1, damage D3. The Commune blade is the strength of the user. In this case it will be 4, AP -3, damage 2. So that's all right, and they are getting the 2 attacks each. Abilities. Faithful Flock. While this unit contains a Cult Domagogue model, each time a morale test is taken for the unit, that test is automatically passed, so basically they're fearless. Icon Arc. While a friendly Legion cultist unit is within 6 inches of this unit's Icon Arc model, add 2 to the leadership characteristic of models in that unit, and each time a model in that unit makes an attack, reroll a hit roll of 1. That's pretty good. You reroll the hit rolls of 1s, and it mainly serves as a cultist buff, which they very much need because, as you know, Chaos Space Marines, they only have 3 troop choices, and the cultist mob leadership is only 5. I mean, obviously the champion is 6. What that actually means then is the champion's leadership goes up to 8 and the cultist leadership goes up to 7. Works fine. I mean, that means that the leadership goes up to the same as the Domagogues, which works. Priest. This unit's Cult Domagogue model knows Dark Zealotry and 1 other prayer from the prayers to the Dark Gods. In your command phase, if that Cult Domagogue model is on the battlefield, it can attempt to chant 1 prayer it knows that has not already been attempted by a friendly model this turn. Roll 1d6. On a 3+, the prayer is heard and takes effect until the start of your next command phase. Each time a prayer chanted by this unit's Cult Domagogue model is heard, measure distances and draw line of sight from that Cult Domagogue model. Psyker. This unit's Mind Witch model can attempt to manifest 1 psychic power in your psychic phase and attempt to deny 1 psychic power in your opponent's psychic phase. It knows Smite and 1 psychic power from the Dark Hereticus discipline. Each time this unit's Mind Witch model attempts to deny the witch, manifest a psychic power or perform a psychic action, measure distances and draw a line of sight from that Mind Witch model. If enemy units have any abilities that require measuring distance or drawing line of sight to the psychic units, do not do so to this unit's Mind Witch model. Interesting. Keywords: Chaos, Traitorous, Astartes, Character, Priest, Cult Domagogue, Psyker, Mind Witch, Icon, Icon Arch, Blessed Blades, Infantry, Cultist, Dark Commune. So there you go. That is the rules for the Dark Commune. In summary, they're a nice little unit to buff mainly your cultist mob. I'm not sure whether you definitely take them, considering that the cultist box set is so poor, and I love reinforcing that. It is awful, regardless of whether previous cultist box sets have just been monopose. It's no excuse in this day and age to be charging almost £30 for it. For one sprue, I would have liked more variety in my cultists, more options, more spare parts. They can do it, they have done it, they're just refusing to do it. If they had made this Dark Commune box set, you know, more customizable, like you could pick an actual sort of faction or lean towards a particular Chaos God, even if it's just to modify the icon, that would motivate me to pick up another cultist mob and run a big blob of 20 and have like a kind of cultist infantry sort of word bearers little force going on, where I'd have the Dark Commune lead in a big mob of 20, maybe even 40, have some accursed cultists in there, and then maybe have a little bit of a Chaos Space Marine force as well, like having the Dark Apostle or maybe even the Master of Possession to go with them. I mean, yeah, you've got a Psyker in there that can do one manifest and deny one, whoop-de-doo. You've got the Domagogue, which, you know, is pretty good because you've got the Dark Zealotry you can make use of. The Blessed Blades, they're not going to do that much. You know, they've got they've got 2 attacks each, but there's a 50% chance of them even hitting an enemy with no modifiers, so you might get 2 attacks go through. Strength 4 might wound some things, but you know, they've got the nice AP -3 and damage 2 for when they do. I would have liked to have seen some kind of, well, I say invulnerable save, like even if it was like a 6+ invulnerable save, because these ones are, you know, these units are like the Dark Commune. They are kind of like, they've gone through the rituals and things, and they've gone past being normal cultists. They're leading the cultist mobs. I would have liked to have seen some kind of extra protection from the Dark Gods. You know, in the novels and the lore, you know, Space Marines go into a hive or some underground sewers or whatever, and they come across this a mob, and there's usually a leader or 2 or whatever, and I'm not saying they have difficulty taking them down, but it's certainly more complicated than you know, just wiping out cultists. I guess that's why you sort of have the accursed cultists as well, but again, even the accursed cultists and the torments don't have like any invulnerable saves or any sort of help that way. They just have this unnatural regeneration, but more on those in another video. So as you can probably tell, I'm a bit disappointed with this Dark Commune. I think the models are nice, don't get me wrong, but the actual kit itself is lackluster. And my disappointment is just bred out of high expectations for Chaos and Chaos Space Marine. You know, there's so much potential, and you're seeing that break through a little bit with the accursed cultists and the possessed. But what do you guys think? Do you think these are awesome, or do you think they could have done more? Please do put your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. As always, it'd be great to hear from you. Thank you ever so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. Death to the False Emperor.